Hi, I'm Mickey Zeta, and I am so excited to talk to you tonight. This is supposed to be Wednesday Night Live with Mickey, but yesterday was the 4th of July, so we moved it to Thursday and 7 o'clock instead of 7:30. So thanks for being here. I appreciate it, and we're going to have a fun conversation. Walt Disney said it's kind of fun to do the impossible. Well, if you think about it, what Walt Disney did does not seem impossible. You know, everybody knows Mickey Mouse all over the world, and Goofy, and all the other things that Walt Disney created. Disneyland, for Pete's sake, and Disney World, and Epcot, and all that stuff is based on his doing the impossible. We know that he went to hundreds of banks, and he was laughed right out of town. Nobody believed in his dream, but he did, and he kept going, Well, I haven't done anything as huge as Walt Disney did. But for me, in my life, when I think back about all the things that I was told I couldn't do, and those are the things, you know, I'm one of those people. When somebody says, you can't do that, that's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. So the first thing I'm going to talk about was years ago, like 1976. I was a young woman. I was sitting up on the coast of Northern California with my then husband, and we decided that we were going to ride bicycles across the country, 10-speed bicycles. So that tells you how long ago it was, 10-speed bicycles. We had never ridden 10 speeds, but we decided we were going to ride across the country. So we borrowed bikes from a friend of ours, and we started practicing. And then we started going to bicycle shops to buy bikes. And every single shop we went to, which was a lot of them in Northern California, and we were told, you can't do that. You can't do that. You know, plan to do that next year. You're not ready. You're not in good enough shape. You don't know how to ride. Do that next year. Well, we left in 2 weeks. We found a bicycle shop that said, oh yeah, you totally can do this. Just don't be in a hurry. Don't ride, don't try to ride 100 miles the first day. And that's what we did. We started riding slowly, and we proved the naysayers wrong. We rode our bicycles across the country. So that was inspiring, and it taught me that don't listen to what other people say. We were told we couldn't buy land. We couldn't buy land in Northern California. It was too expensive, and certainly not going to build a house. But we did that too. We bought 21 acres. We built a little house in the middle. It was redwood, pretty much redwood, inside and out. We found a guy who had a license to what's that called? Create boards out of redwood trees. We ended up buying almost all our stuff from him. So there was another one. People said you can't do that, and we did it, and we did it in our budget, which wasn't very much. You know, I've been told that you can't make it on your own. I had been married for 34 years. I was 53 years old, and I was told you can't make it on your own. You better stay married. You better stay in this situation. You've got a nice house. You've got a nice car. But you know what I didn't have? I didn't have me. I didn't have a life. And so even though people said you can't do it, I did. I left, and I created my life that is amazing, and it's authentic, and I'm loving the life that I have. So don't let anybody tell you you can't leave. Don't let anybody tell you you have to stay in abuse, and you know, most of the people who say that don't understand what you're living in anyway. So there's that. You know, I was told you can't do a podcast. I was told that by someone who didn't even know what a podcast is. So, prove them wrong too. I heard about podcasting through my friend Jan Jenke, and I decided that I could do this. I had radio experience, but podcasting was totally different. But I heard about it, and within 6 weeks, I was hosting my own podcast. Now, I didn't do that totally alone. I have a podcast producer who helps me out a lot, and in the beginning, she helped me a bunch. But anyway, I did it. I created my own podcast, even though I was told I couldn't do it. I was told I could not create a community around abuse survivors, that people didn't want to talk about it. Nobody wants to know. You can't do that. It's going to fail. Well, it hasn't failed. I created Surviving Abuse Network, and now I reach over 2,000 women, 2,000 people. There are probably some men in there. 2,000 people a week through my community of Surviving Abuse Network. So there you go. Don't tell me I can't do it. Don't tell me I'm too old. Don't tell me, well, yeah, do tell me I can't do it, because then I'm going to. Then I'm going to get it done. The same thing with, you can't write a book. You know, what do you know about writing a book? Well, I don't know much, but I got it done. And with the help of Fiverr and a team of people, I got the book written, and it'll publish. It'll publish in a couple weeks. I'm so excited. So follow my Facebook pages, follow me, because it's a terrific book. It's called Looking Behind Closed Doors. Then the subtitle is Domestic Abuse. If we don't change, nothing changes. Ha! You've heard that before, haven't you? So there you go. Alan and I were told we could not renovate our house. We're renovating our house in Connecticut, and we were told that we couldn't do it. We couldn't live in the house while we renovated it. Blah, 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 blah. But guess what? We're doing it, and we're like 3/4 of the way done. Alan has filled in so wonderfully, and together we've figured this out. We've had help. A friend of ours who's a contractor from Buffalo, New York, has come in to Connecticut on occasion to help us, kind of part-time, and we found people to help us in areas we don't understand. But by the middle of August, our house is going to be renovated. So I'm hopeful as I go through some of the things that people told me I couldn't do and I did. I hope you're thinking of those things that people told you that you couldn't do and you did. It's great inspiration, I think. We have choice. We have a choice to embrace what we know we can do and figure it out. Just figure it out. One of my favorite things to say is, no, I haven't figured that out yet. We can always improve our lives. We can always do the things that are our divine inspiration. So many of the things that I've done, that's absolutely happened. I said I would never get married again. I didn't trust men. I wasn't going to let that happen. And along came my perfect soulmate. Took a long time, long time. Hi, Jan. I'm so glad to have you watching. But it happened. And man, it's a wonderful relationship, a wonderful marriage, and we work together so well, and we support each other. So it's not at all like the marriage I was in before, because I had changed me, and he had changed him, and we came together. I like to look at life as a great big chess game. Like there's this big old chessboard, and things are moving around, and we don't even know what they are, but they're moving around to make available those things in our lives that we're told we can't do. Yeah, we sure as heck can. So don't think you have to be Walt Disney. Don't think you have to create Mickey Mouse or Disney World or Disneyland. It doesn't have to be that big to change your life. So listen to the things that people say you can't do and figure out how to get it done. It's great fun, it's inspiring, and it's empowering. And for those of us who have lived in controlled situations and controlled lives, when we embrace and we take hold of those things that we want to do, those things that we know we're sent here to do and to be, man, there is nothing better. So there you go. I'm going to encourage you to take a look at all the things that I've created. They are on my webpage, survivingabusenetwork.com. survivingabusenetwork.com. You can watch other live videos, you can download podcasts to listen to, and there's articles that are written there. And also, if you want to survive this if you want to support this mission of Surviving Abuse Network, we're reaching a lot of people now, and I'm doing it myself. I've got a team of people who help me with the podcast and help me with my webpage and those other things that are vital to the survival of this organization. But if you'll go to Patreon, Patreon, patreon.com/Surviving Abuse Network, and just donate whatever you can, but $5 will make a big difference. $5 a month would make a huge difference. Thank you so much. So check out my webpage, survivingabusenetwork.com, and go to patreon.com/Surviving Abuse Network. I appreciate it. And do what people are telling you can't do. Just do it. You can do it, and it's so darn much fun. Thank you for being here. Remember, you don't have to be Walt Disney. You can be Mickey Zeta. You can be anybody, USA, and create amazing things in this world and in this life. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'll be back on Sunday night Wine with Mickey. See you then.